What's going on, guys? It's your boy Shady Mike Gaming. I want to stop in really quick before the Kyrie Irving jump shot fix and say thank you for all the support lately on the channel. We just hit 22,000 subscribers. That is incredible. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn those notifications on. That way you don't miss any of our upcoming NBA players. Also, if you guys do like the content, please do like the video as well. It helps out a ton. Now, I wanted to also point out another milestone. We just hit 50 members on the channel. So I'm really thankful for all the support on the channel. And if you guys would like to support the channel further, hit the join button to become a member. It's only $1 and it gives you early access to all of my jump shots and slider sets. So really appreciate all the support. Without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and get right into Kyrie Irving. So when it comes to Kyrie Irving's base, there's a couple of details that we want to capture. First and foremost, you're going to notice that Kyrie Irving's going to have his right foot in front of his left. He's going to bend his knees inwards, almost to the point where they're touching, and he's going to shoot with a pretty significant dip. Kyrie Irving is basically going to launch himself forward when he elevates. The amount of elevation tends to vary with Kyrie. Sometimes he's going to get a lot of elevation. Sometimes he doesn't get a lot of elevation. And we've got different bases that are going to cover each of those different scenarios. Obviously, I'm going to get the question, why not use Kyrie Irving's default base? I'm not saying that the default base doesn't cover these bases. I'm not saying that it's inaccurate. Just at the end of the default Kyrie Irving base, it does this little walk back animation that I just don't like. I don't like him doing that every single time he shoots. He doesn't do that every single time he shoots. Kind of annoys me, and it also makes the shot a little bit hard to blend. But you can use that base. It's definitely relevant here, and it's definitely it's pretty accurate. It's okay, but I just think there are better alternatives. Now, when we take a look at Kyrie Irving's release, the first thing we're going to talk about is his hand placement and basically arm angles and things of that nature. When you look at that shooting arm, it's going to be ever so slightly above a right angle. Now, when you look at his off hand, his off arm, you're going to notice it's basically caressing the top of the ball. So we have a very accurate form for Kyrie. It's accurate enough, but as you guys know, Kyrie Irving's known for his aggressive thumb flick. I'll make sure I have some examples of the thumb flick on the screen. His hand basically, his off hand basically goes flat when he shoots. Capturing that motion was the key detail here on this shot. I think we did a really good job of capturing that and matching it to what we see from Kyrie in real life. All right, guys, so when we take a look at the rest of Kyrie Irving's game, specifically the signature shot, we're going to go in and take a look. We've got the Rodney Hood base. I've been using this for Kyrie for years. This is formerly known as base 57. In order to put this on Kyrie, you got to change his height to about 6'6". Remember, the alternates are D'Angelo Russell, or you could stick with the normal Kyrie Irving base. For the upper release, this is the Jalen Smith release. Formerly, I think this was release 133, if I'm correct. This is also the Draymond Green release, but the Draymond Green one was glitching out for me, so I went with Jalen Smith. Jalen Smith, you got to put his height up to 6'10" in order to make that appear. Blended with 45 with Jalen Suggs. This is formerly release 159 from 2K22, and his height's got to be below 6'4" in order for this to show up. You can play with the release timing. I like it normal. I honestly would probably like it slow to give Kyrie a little bit more elevation, but you know, what can you do? As we move over to the free throw, perfect Kyrie Irving mocap free throw. Been using it for a while now. See no reason to change it. For the dribble pull up, a lot that I was thinking about going with, but again, I wasn't a huge fan of the Kyrie Irving one. Determining factor on the dribble pull up is that right leg kick. I think Pro 3 does it the best, has been doing it the best for years, and that's why we go with it. That's a signature staple of Kyrie Irving's pull up. I think the Kyrie Irving one's okay. I'm not saying it's terrible. I thought Donovan Mitchell was an option, and I thought Zach LaVine was an option, but ultimately for me, I really like Pro 3. For the spin jumper, very athletic spin jumper from Kyrie. We've seen him do it a couple times now. We're going with Pro. I'm really the only one that captures Kyrie Irving's spin, so no problem with that. On the step back, guys, we're going with Trey Burke. That was it was a tough to choose Trey Burke over the Kyrie Irving one, but I did it for his actual step backs, guys. Kyrie is big on planting that foot and then doing a step back where he fades and kicks that right leg. The Trey Burke captures his motion just literally perfectly, and it's just way better than the Kyrie Irving step back. You don't have to change these things. These are personal ticks for me that just were way more realistic than mocap stuff, but completely personal preference as always. My logic is if you guys were here, if you guys were okay with the mocap stuff, you wouldn't be watching this video. So as for the layup package, guys, we're going with Kyrie Irving. One thing about I really like this layup package for Kyrie. I think it's very accurate. A lot of double clutches and things of that nature. You can stick with it. I think jellies and Ja Morant are options as well, but I just like Kyrie Irving for Kyrie Irving. For the dunks, he's got two dunk packages here already. Hangs off one and basic two-handers off one. They're perfectly accurate for Kyrie. He rarely dunks, and when he does, these are the types of dunks that he does, but he will not dunk on default. You have to change his dunk rating. It's default 30. You have to bump it up to 55, and once you bump it up to 55, he will do these dunks. So do keep that in mind. I did not change his post game. Kyrie Irving does do some fadeaways, but Pro 2, I really like the look of it. It's an athletic fade with that leg kick, so we stuck with it. For the dribbling and ball handling, guys, Kyrie Irving does have a dribble style, but for some reason on the default roster, it wasn't equipped for me. So make sure you guys do equip the Kyrie Irving dribble style. Now for the signature size up, guys, I go with Darius Garland. It's super fast. Super dynamic. I really like it for Kyrie. It looks more like Kyrie than the Kyrie one, and it really adds some incredible, flashy, just devastating crossovers, and it really captures Kyrie's game really well, as you'll see by the examples on the screen.